we're going to make this happen pretty quick. Just one quick announcement. The pint glasses on your table, those are yours to take home. So don't forget those at the end of the night. We just want to let you know. Otherwise, Chris Settle is going to have to add to the 85 of these he already has in his kitchen cabinets at home. So make sure you clear the tables, take those home with you, and we are going to start with dinner. And let's go ahead and give a big shout out to our caterers who do an awesome job. That's 2 women in the kitchen. Let's thank them. And because I'm sitting at table 1, we are going to release tables 1 through 4 to get things started out. And then I'll come back up here in just a few minutes and we'll release some additional tables. So tables 1 through 4, go ahead and help yourselves down here to the buffet line. And I'll be back to introduce the other tables in just a minute. events that they cater. It was great to be there with them. Also, want to give a round of applause to Chris Settle, his entire staff, who helped to plan this event. Let's give it up for him. Even the kid in the red, I heard he had something to do with this. Even Vince played a role. Before we honor our current inductees, some other special awards we've got to give out here tonight. I know we also have a number of people who are with us here tonight that have been inducted in previous years. If you are a previous inductee into the Miami Hamilton Hall of Fame, please stand for just a moment and let us recognize you for your achievement. Welcome back. Glad to have you all here with us. Before we honor our current inductees, we want to take a moment to honor a really big achievement during this past year. For the first time in university history, not just Miami Hamilton history, we have some national champions here at Miami. The men's basketball team here at Miami Hamilton won the United States Collegiate Athletic Association national title. Let's hear it for them. I know we have some members of the team here with us tonight. As I read your name, if you could just stand until we get to the end. We want to take a moment to recognize you. Head coach Mike Pyatt. Team members Jason Bria, Demarion Watson, Mark Watson, Shane Holden, Bryson Curry, and Corey Davis, and Amir Rogers. I think we introduced you from shortest to tallest, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Mike, you went first. We do also want to go ahead and call up Corey Davis. Corey, come on up here, guys. Corey was named First Team All-American. Let's hear it for Corey. All right, so again, congratulations. Such an amazing achievement for you all. Nobody fell off the stage, did they? Are we okay? All right, I think we're all good. Congratulations again, such a tremendous honor, and thanks for making history in such a big way. That's going to speak volumes to a lot of people who want to call this place home. Job well done, gentlemen. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with our 2025 class inductions. And how this will work, I'm going to call your name. If you want to come stand up here on the stage. I'll read your bio as you're up here, and then you give your speech right here. Remember, it is 9 bajillion degrees in this room right now, so don't talk too long or we might all pass out. Step over here, get your award, and then we're going to have you step off this side of the stage so we can get some photos. So our first honoree is Mike Collins. Mike, come on up. Mike came to Miami Hamilton in the fall of 2015 from Hughes High School. His arrival ushered in a new era for the Harrier men's basketball team. Mike helped to transform the squad into a championship caliber team that's continued for the past decade and led to multiple state and conference championships, as well as a number of national tournament appearances. In addition to his stellar basketball career, the most important aspect of Mike's time at Miami is the degree in liberal arts that he earned back in 2019. Mike's basketball career saw many honors and accolades along the way. As a team, the Harriers collected 2 ORCC championships, the first of which was the first conference championship in over 20 years for Miami Hamilton. He also helped lead the team to an ORCC state tournament crown as well. From an individual standpoint, Mike definitely left his mark on the ORCC. As a freshman, he took the conference by storm, averaging over 22 points per game and finishing first team all-conference and runner-up in the Player of the Year voting. As a sophomore, no one proved more valuable in the conference than Mike. He averaged over 24 points per game en route to another first team all-conference, and this time earned Player of the Year. Mike is one of the top scorers in the history of Miami Hamilton men's basketball, amassing close to 1,500 points in his career while averaging over 20 points per game as a Harrier, culminating with a pretty impressive farewell, a 43-point outburst on his senior night. After his time at Miami University, Mike continued to stay connected to basketball as an assistant coach for New Miami High School. He has a son, King, now 6 years old, who's the best thing that's ever happened to him. And if he can score like his dad, hopefully King will suit up for the Harriers one day himself. Let's hear it for our first inductee in the class of 2025, Mike Collins.
My first step on campus, I never thought that I would be giving this speech right now. Shout out Coach Terry, man. He came and got me from Hughes when things weren't looking so good for me, and he changed my life around. And I just want to thank him for that. I want to thank Chris. Chris, he helped me get to where I'm at now. Chris Settle. And my family right here. Things wasn't looking good for me, and they stayed by my side. That helped me get to where I'm at now. And I just want to thank everybody for coming to support me. And that's really it.
Thank you, Mike. Our next inductee is Allie Stewart. Allie's got a hand up. Allie Stewart, formerly Allie Graber, arrived at Miami Hamilton in the fall of 2013, fresh off of a successful volleyball career at my alma mater, Fairfield High School, hit the ground running with the Harriers. While somewhat quiet off the court, you have a 20-minute speech prepared, I heard, right? She was a ball of energy and enthusiasm on the court each and every day for 4 solid years. On top of being a standout athlete, Allie also excelled in the classroom, earning a kinesiology degree from Miami. Just as a home run hitter gets all the accolades in baseball, often the big hitters in volleyball are the ones that stand out. Although Allie wasn't a big hitter and didn't register many kills, she was the most vital part of the Harrier volleyball squad for 4 years. While she was surrounded by talented teammates like fellow Hall of Famer Jamie Cogan, Allie was the engine that made the team go. In her 4 years, Allie registered over 1,700 digs and maintained a serve percentage of nearly 95%. Furthermore, it's safe to say she led the entire nation in floor burns as well. I'm not a volleyball guy, so that didn't set in at first. Now I get the joke. That was pretty good. I didn't write any of this. Yeah. Former head coach Sarah Dennis said of Allie Graber is easily one of the most dedicated and talented players I have ever coached, which is particularly impressive considering she could have rested on her natural instincts, but she did not. She worked every day to make herself the best she could be and hone those instincts into becoming a remarkable and irreplaceable asset to Harrier volleyball. Individually, Allie took home numerous honors. As a freshman, she was named First Team All-Conference by the ORCC and was voted Player of the Year by the other coaches in the conference, an amazing accomplishment in just her first year of college volleyball. Allie continued to bring home all-conference honors in each of the next 3 seasons as well. From a team standpoint, Allie led the Harriers to ORCC conference championships in 2013, 14, and 15. And in 2014, the Harriers were the first volleyball team in school history to win both the conference title and the state title in the same year. After her playing days, Allie joined the coaching staff at Miami Hamilton for 2 years. And in those 2 years, the Harriers won the conference championship in 2018 and the state title in 2019. Needless to say, Allie's had a part in a lot of wins for Miami Hamilton. Allie is married to Nick Stewart, a former standout pitcher for the Miami Hamilton baseball team, and the two of them just welcomed a baby boy this past year. And it's been the blessing of a lifetime. Career-wise, she's also found a home at Kids Strong doing what she loves, coaching, teaching, and developing kids. Let's hear it for our next inductee, Allie Stewart.
Now I'm shorter than the average, I'm sorry. So just like Mike, I remember my first time here on campus. It was with my dad, meeting Coach Sarah Dennis, and I was very unsure what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew volleyball was definitely something. So she made me feel like home. So home for 6 years, and I've loved every minute of it. So thank you, Coach. Thank you to my family. A couple friends out here too. We're all like family.
next inductee is James Leisinger. James began his college years in the fall of 2014 here at Miami Hamilton and ended up as possibly the most decorated student athlete in the history of the campus. It would be hard to find someone that dominated his sport as much as James did in his 4 years as a Harrier. And while James was known for his domination on the links, most people don't know he was also a highly successful baseball player as well. His freshman year, he played both golf and baseball, which is no easy task, but he excelled in both, just as he has in so many other aspects of his life. As a freshman pitcher, James compiled a 7-1 record for fellow inductee Coach Darrell Grissom. As great as James was a baseball player, golf was where he etched his name in the record books. In his first year on the golf team, while playing baseball, mind you, James averaged 75.66. That's on 18 holes? I do that on 9. That's incredible. 75.66 for the season, earning him ORCC Player of the Year and finished the season winning the individual state championship as well. And this was just the start. As a sophomore, he improved his average, knocking it down a stroke in conference play, earning medalist honors at 4 tournaments, and once again won the Conference Player of the Year award as well as the individual state tournament title. His junior season, he continued to lower the scoring average to 73.33 en route to his 3rd straight Conference Player of the Year award and 3rd straight individual state tournament championship. However, this time he helped lead the Harriers to the conference team championship as well. But James saved the best for last. During his senior year, he lowered, you're seeing a trend with this, right, folks? He lowered the scoring average yet again to get this 71.75 in conference play. Yes, applaud for that. It's incredible. And for the 4th consecutive season, was Player of the Year and individual state champion while leading Miami Hamilton to back-to-back conference championships as well as the team state tournament title. When all the dust settled, James was 4-time Conference Player of the Year and 4-time state tourney champion. You can't do much better than that. James went on to earn a bachelor's degree in criminal justice in 2018 and is currently in his 4th year with the Hamilton Police Department. He and his wife just had their first child, their son Case. Is that him sleeping in the back? All right, good. It's either the heat or me talking that's putting him to sleep, but either one is fine. He and his wife just welcomed Case this past November, which is no doubt James' top accomplishment. Ladies and gentlemen, our next inductee, James Leisinger.
I got some notes here because I've gotten in trouble for some of my past speeches. So I told my wife I'd keep us under 2 minutes. First, I want to thank Chris and the athletic department for putting this on and having me here tonight. Miami Hamilton will always have a special place in my heart. Coach Moore, thanks for coming in my sophomore year and kind of changing the dynamic of the program. You gave a lot of time, effort, and your own money to help us succeed and have the best uniforms and travel. And I think some of the most memorable things for me was when we would win a tournament and we'd go to Applebee's after, and you'd always get your celebratory favorite food. And as for my brothers, they're both in the room tonight. I got the pleasure of playing with both of them. My freshman year, I got to play with my older brother Jordan, and then my junior and senior year, I got to play with my younger brother John. So I think that was super special that I got to play with both of them during my career. Dougie, who's here, he was kind of the moral support guy on the team, kind of the cheerleader. He was and now become a lifelong friend. I'm pretty sure he showed up for the free golf, and he would back that up. I'm very grateful that I came to Miami Hamilton. There's kind of outside of the golf and my degree, there's kind of 3 main reasons that this place is special to me. One, that it saved me a bunch of money. I'll tell anybody that coming to Miami Hamilton is a great money saver when going to college. I met some lifelong friends. I got Stu and Tyler, who were my roommates in college, and we still are very close and will be for a long time. And then the job career that it led me down. I got a criminal justice degree, and now I work here for the Hamilton Police Department. And it's just a job I love doing, and it's a busy city, and I love being here. So thanks again to Chris and the athletic department. Like I said, I will always be proud that I attended here, and
The pace with which we're all moving is impressive. I want to commend you all on that. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that there might be some basketball games on tonight that I hear are pretty important. But maybe from now on, we always schedule this on the Friday of March Madness because people give short speeches. We might blow it out of the water with this next one, though. Yeah, okay. All right. Everybody get your napkins. We might have to wipe sweat off for a few minutes. Our final inductee for the night is Daryl Grissom. I'm going to read what they've given me here for Daryl, and then personally, I want to say a few things now. Come on up here. Don't stand down there. All right. To say Daryl Grissom is a great baseball coach doesn't do justice to the legacy he built over 2 decades at Miami Hamilton. Harrier baseball is synonymous with the name Daryl Grissom, and the immense success of the program is due in large part to his efforts over the year building the program from the ground floor to the national power that we are here today. Daryl coached the Harriers from 2000 to 2023, compiling a record of 723 wins, 369 losses in that time. That's right, 723 wins over his 23 years. The majority of that time was spent as a member of the ORCC, in which Miami Hamilton won the conference and state title 17 out of 19 years, making the Harriers one of the most dominant teams in the entire state. In 2022, Miami Hamilton joined the United States Collegiate Athletic Association, and Coach Grissom just kept winning ball games. In our first season in the USCAA, Daryl led the Harriers to a national runner-up finish, and he capped the season off by being named National Coach of the Year by that conference as well. The following season, once again, Coach Grissom was named National Coach of the Year for an unprecedented second time in a row. This time, the Harriers finished 3rd nationally in his final season at the helm. However, Miami Hamilton isn't the only place Coach Grissom's had success. In 2009, he co-founded and was head coach of the Hamilton Joes of the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League, which is a wood bat baseball league that consists of Major League Baseball's draft prospects from around the nation. In 2010, in just their 2nd year of existence, the Hamilton Joes won the Great Lakes League Championship and ranked 12th in the nation under Daryl's leadership. Coach Grissom has since moved from the field to the front office and became general manager and eventually president of the Hamilton Joes, as well as president of the entire Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. The Joes have won 4 additional GLSCL titles in 2016, 2021, 2022, and the most recent season in 2024. And since 2009, the Joes have had over 50 players sign professional contracts, including, I know, one of his favorite and one of my all-time favorites, current Cincinnati Reds pitcher Brent Suter. Off the ball diamond, Daryl can be found playing golf on most nice days. He's married to his wife of 50 years, Jill Grissom, who is as much a part of his success as he is, because I don't know if I've ever seen a woman as dedicated down at the fields, running the concession stand, harassing people for split the pot tickets. She's all in, and this is just as much her as it is him. Yes, thank you. Yeah, tip jar right over this way. The 2 of them have 3 children, Amy Baker, Nikki Hudson, and Adam Grissom, who's also, he beat you in this thing, by the way, also a Miami Hamilton Hall of Famer, along with 8 grandchildren that keep them very busy. I want to just say a few things before I let Daryl talk. As I mentioned, I got my start as an announcer here at Miami Hamilton, and I will never forget the first time I leave journalism class and I'm going down to announce a baseball game, which was, no offense, I love doing the basketball games, love volleyball, but my love has always been baseball. I go down, I meet Daryl, he's showing me the ropes, I'm smiling, I'm nodding, I'm going along with it. I sit down in the press box and I'm like, I think I understood about 30% of what that guy said. Because he was just talking so fast, it was like Boomhauer on King of the Hill. I didn't have a clue what he was saying half the time. And he said something about a CD and earmuffs and all this stuff, and I was completely lost. But after the game, I walked out, and I just remember him like giving me a big hug. He's like, "Man, that was awesome." And he just keeps going. I'm like, "Okay, it must have went well," because he didn't hit me. I continued announcing for Daryl, and then there's a lot of people that gave me opportunities, but Daryl went to bat for me more than anybody else. And when he started the Joes, he didn't even blink an eye. I remember him coming to me and he said, I want you to announce for the team, which was the honor of a lifetime for me, having grown up listening to Joe Nuxall. And that job led to where I am today with the Nuxall Foundation. And we had some fun times on the road. Some we can talk about, some we can't. My favorite memory of Daryl, and I think this was actually a Miami Hamilton game, Daryl used to have a severe addiction to Diet Pepsi, which I think he's kicked. And he literally kicked it this time. He got mad at a play out in the field. There was a kid named Nick Fox who used to pitch down here. And his freshman year, this kid did not see an ounce of playing time. And he was pissed off at the world about it. And Daryl would make him keep score and all this kind of stuff. Well, Daryl got mad at a play, and he walks over, and there was a can of Diet Pepsi sitting on the lip of the dugout. And Daryl kicks this Pepsi, and I kid you not, it hits Nick Fox right in the chest. And it was a full, like 3/4 can full of Pepsi. It was a good kick. This kid went ballistic, lost his mind. I don't even get to play on this friggin' team, and you're kicking Pepsis at me and all this stuff. He's losing it, and Daryl's just standing there. This is the first time I've heard Daryl speechless in his life. He doesn't say a word. So a couple minutes go by, Nick's fuming. He's just sitting there, and all of a sudden Daryl walks and sits down next to him, and I'm going to clean this up a little bit. But Daryl said, hey, he leans over to Nick, and he says, hey, I'm going to need you to go get me another Diet Pepsi. Hey, you're thirsty. And Nick dutifully got up, got the Diet Pepsi, and brought it to him. That's how whipped he had these boys down at Foundation Field. Some of my best times in the broadcast booth, on the road, in the dugout, long after the Joes games were concluded, were spent with Daryl, Josh, with Adam, with God love him, with Butch Davis, who passed just a couple weeks ago. And those memories in life have stuck with me because I saw how people admired Daryl, how they respected him. And I have to tell you that Daryl, to some people, is rough around the edges. He's in your face. Jill, do you back me up on that? You know, some people in this room know, but my father passed away tragically in 2013 and was a victim of suicide, which rocked my family. And the first people at my house, after finding out I lost my dad, were Daryl and Joe Grissom. And I will never forget the hug you gave me on that day, all the times that you and I talked about my dad and how much he would have enjoyed seeing things that were happening down at the fields. And you and Jill just went into mom and dad mode. You ordered food for everybody. You took care of people that were coming in and out of my house. You told them to get the hell out of my house when I was tired of dealing with them. Yeah. And I just can't thank you enough. And I know that our friendship might be unique, but it is not unusual in your life because you have befriended players and coaches and an entire community of people that just think the world of you, and proud to be able to induct you here tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, our next inductee, your friend and mine, Daryl Grissom.
Well, no, we raised a good one there. I had to put ear muscle in a lot of times when we hear all this stuff. Journal, I call Journal back here, Chris Lowe. I raised him also. One of my first years here, he's a writer, you know. He writes for the Journal News and all this stuff. I said, Chris, why don't you follow our games and put our ads in the paper? So that's back when the Journal used to cover us. They actually did, Coach. They actually covered us every game. We had a long thing, article every day. So we go to Florida every spring break. And Chris went just wet behind the ears. And he says, Coach, can I go with you guys to Florida? I said, as long as you write a story every game, yeah, that'd be fun. So he goes to his mom. She said, I don't know about this. She said, Chris said, you gotta go talk to my mom so she can meet you. I said, okay, I'll go over there, let him walk. I go in there and we talk about a half hour, and she's you know he never crossed the Ohio River. It's a long way to go to Florida. I said, I'll take care of him. So we brought him along all right too. He's still writing for the Journal and done a great job following us. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank my mother. She's here. Raise your hand, Mom. Jill for all she's done, been behind me, beside me, and in front of me, and kicked my butt when I need to kick it, you know. And my kids are, my three kids are here. Nikki's going to overseas somewhere, she had to go. But Amy's here, and my 8 grandkids, beautiful grandkids, they call me Paul Paul. So I love them kids just like my own. I love them better than my own kids, probably. So during the time, and I like to thank all my coaches. I'm a misnomer. My coaches are here. A lot of my coaches raise your hand, stand up, whatever you want to do. My coaches, I couldn't do it without them. I couldn't do it without them. My dad always told me, son, remember this one thing. What is it, Dad? Tell me. Come on. He said, if you want to soar with eagles, you cannot fly around with a bunch of turkeys. I said, I got it. So when I picked a coach, they were to my standards, and they did exactly how I wanted to coach, and they did a great job. So we got along very well. And I think my players, if you're a player of mine, stand up, please, if you're here. Many of you, come on. Many of my players are here. We had the best players of all time. We didn't think about losing nothing. There was no losing. We no allowed. But if we did lose, we got beat. We didn't lose, we got beat. So we always thought that way. I thank Vince Richardson, who hired me. I don't know what he's seen in me. And Jimmy Jones. I coached, and Bob Rosbos. I coached both their sons in basketball and other sports and Little League. That's how I got the job. Two of the main supporters here, deans, I coached their kids, and they said, you want to coach here? I said, I don't know. I turned the first year, I turned it down. I said, I'm the coach at Hamilton Hiram now. We're ranked 2 in the nation. Why should I quit that and come here? I'm riding this wave. I got to ride it. So my son Adam, his junior year, he signed with Elon College in North Carolina. So after he signed, I agreed to coach here. I said, okay, he signed it in my job, so he can do his thing. I'll do my thing now. So that's how I started here. I turned it down the first year, came back the second year, and somehow I stayed 23 years. I have no idea how that happened. One guy that should be here right now, we buried him Saturday, my best friend of all time, Butch Davis. Like you guys know Butch, Terry, you know, and a lot of guys here. I don't know Coach Davis. Butch was the first, when I got the job in 1999, he's the first one I called. I said, Butch, I met Butch coaching basketball 34 years ago with my son's team, and somehow he hooked me into coaching basketball with him. So I called Butch up. I said, Butch, I just got a job in Miami Hampton. You want to coach baseball with me? He starts balling, hugging. We're on a golf course. He's balling, I'm balling. We're all hugging on the golf course. We're like, what's going on out here? Hey, that's Butch. You know Butch. So Butch started with me, and he coached also with the Joes. What's that? And Butch was a long time. All my kids and grandkids called him Uncle Butch. He was like part of our family from day one, like Tyler said. So we went to Florida every year, and me and Coach Davis, we roomed together. We were always roommates. We're playing golf. He let me play golf like James does. Not as good as James does. He's pretty good, not as good as him. And Butch he's diabetic, so he always had a pack of crackers about this big, and candy bars with him, a pop, whatever. That was his excuse anyway. So he puts them in the golf cart, and we're on the first tee box, and we're sitting on the tee box, and the cart's over here, and this squirrel comes up in the cart, goes around the cart like this. And all of a sudden he got that pack of crackers, goes underneath the bushes over here, and sitting there eating them, and Butch having a fit. Darrell, he's eating my eating my crackers. I said, what can we do, Butch? He said, do something to shoot it or something, I don't know. I said, I can't shoot it. But anyway, that was Butch. Butch used to coach third base for us. We're down at Forest Pierce, Florida. And Butch coached third base. I'm in the dugout because I was like a fishing coach, so I had to take care of that stuff. And Butch is out there coaching third base, and he just retired from Mercy Hospital, where he worked 40 years. Okay? This watch had diamonds around it, gold-plated, the whole 9 yards. Butch was proud of that watch, believe me. So he's coaching third base. Butch looked a lot like Tommy Lasorda. You can imagine Tommy when he was coaching third base. Butch is down there, the ball hits a line drive, hits him right square on the watch. It goes in 1,000 pieces. Butch goes on his back, and I'm laughing so hard I can't stop. And Butch is screaming about his watch, and the umpire says, "Coach, you want to get him off the field, help him out?" I said, "No, I can't. I'm laughing too hard. I can't get him." So we finally get him up, and he's mad as a hornet from then on. So Butch is one of the players, like he was like a father to all the players. He came with a bag of seeds, chewed, did, whatever. But if they wanted it, he got it for them. And we went out to eat at Florida Seafood Bar and Grill every trip, and Butch's favorite was gator tails. He get this big appetizer plate of gator tails. He'd order 3 orders. I said, "Butch, you ain't gonna eat all that." I know, I'll just get it for these boys. So he get it, and he started handing it out. And he made sure everybody got some gator tails. So that was Butch. He's only one of Butch, still like Butch. Oh, Butch had his favorite players too. I put a bun on him. He said, "Earl, you know TJ can't bunt. Why you keep calling the bun?" I said, "Just to piss you off, Butch. You know I'm doing that." Yeah, that's just to get him fired up. But he had his favorites, and if you was his favorite, he was his boy. If you weren't, you was my boy. Your boy can't bunt. My boy does all that. But you knew Butch, you know what I was talking about. So early on, my son was at Elon. My first year, second year is at Elon, right? I was here, and Tracy Smith at Oxford, who's now the coach of Michigan University of Michigan. He had a job in Middletown before he went to Oxford. So he calls me up, he wants to pick up Adam, because Adam said he's coming home after his season at Elon. He's homesick or whatever he's doing. I said, "Okay, I wanted to talk to," this is on Monday, after our season was just about done. And he says, "You guys want to play a game tomorrow, on Tuesday?" Hell yeah, we'll play. So we go, I call the guys all up. School's already finished. Our first weekend is over at the tournament. We got one more weekend to go. And my number 1 and 2 pitchers have already pitched. So I had a little left-hander called named Matt Zettler. I said, "I pitched Matt," but he thought he must see Marksburg, because Marksburg did like 95 miles an hour. So we threw Matt up there. I'm the pitching coach. He's warming up. On Tuesday at the game, there's fans, they got the scoreboard on, they're selling hot dogs. We're playing Miami Oxford, right? Our second year. So Matt don't throw a strike. He can't throw a strike warming up. It's just over everywhere, and I'm like, holy cow, what are we gonna do? You know? So we go on in the dugout, get ready to play. He goes on the first inning, and their leadoff hitter, Clark Mace, All-American, hits one 450 feet and it's still going up. I called timeout and go up top of Matt and said, "Matt, don't throw a fastball over the plate ever again. Ever again." He had 3 good all speeds. I said, "Throw them for strikes and throw your fastball off the plate." We beat them 9-1. And the next year they offered Matt a scholarship. He turned it down naturally. He now runs the city of Hamilton something. He's a big shot. But he said, "I don't have time for that," but he did beat him. We beat him. We stole third twice and throw back to the pitcher. Who does that? Nobody. But my guys are hungry. They're all pissed off because they didn't recruit them, right? We're going to stick it right there. Boom, you know? Well, how you like that now? So, how you like that now? So, the next day I know Tracy and his guys run at 5 a.m. And ever since that game, we had a target on our back from Oxford, Robin Parker, Miss Robin Parker. Remember the name? She's here, I'll tell her about it. I still don't like her. She tried to hold us back. that. In 2005, guys, USCA come calling to me. They wanted our whole league in the USCA in 2005. We fought her tooth and nail. She held us back with everything we wanted to do. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna outlast her. That's what I did. In 2022, we got into USCAA. We made sure of that. I'm gonna outlast this girl. I thought her a little worse than that, but there's young kids here. But she retired. We joined the USCA. Ain't that amazing? Ain't that something? And now we got some national champions. Good job, guys. Every year, I took my coaches to the NCAA coach convention. 5,000 coaches across the country go every year. We go to California, Florida, wherever it was. And there was a speaker. They had speakers around the clock. Every 45 minutes, a different speaker. So this one guy, I read the bulletin. He said, this guy was a basketball coach. Listen to me now. You will hear this now. He coached with John Wooden. I don't know if you know who that name is. Young guys probably don't know who that is, but I said, I'm gonna listen to this guy talk. It's not a baseball guy, but he coached with John Wooden. That's a 13-time NCAA national champion. Pretty good. So I'm gonna listen to this guy, see what he has to say. Everybody else has left. There's only like 100 people listening to this guy talk. I've heard more to listen to that guy than I have ever heard than anybody. One thing he taught me, he said, John Wooden did. Every year they have a parent meeting with his players. These guys are big time players. Larry Bird, whoever they were, big time players. They had to bring parents to the meeting. And we did adopted the same philosophy here. So when they come to that meeting, he tells his parents, there's 4 types of people. Eric, you know this, 4 types. Adam, you know, 4 types of people who go to an athletic event. Remember, it's basketball, it could be volleyball, golf, it doesn't matter. Baseball, it doesn't matter. Right? There are only 4 types. Whenever you step out of your lane, I call it your lane, and try to do one of the other jobs, that's when we have a problem. Okay? What are the 4 types? The players, the coaches, the referees or umpires, and the fans. All the parents are the fans. Parent right here. Right? Parents are right here. So whenever a parent tries to coach the team, take your son and go home. Don't come back. It's that simple. Am I right? Did I say it to you? Yeah, you heard it. You heard it. Yeah, you heard it. If ever you try to be an umpire and try to umpire the game or yell at the umpires or referees, coach, hey, take your kid, you're going home. You won't be here. We don't have to be here. If you're trying to coach your kid, oh, that was a good one. That's my job. I don't get paid much for it, but that's my job. Don't you dare try to coach your kid while we're playing. Your job is not to coach your kid. You give that job to me. Now, your job is to take him out and give him some dinner or go out and have a good time. The first time you try to chop him up or yell at him about some play he did, he's going to crumble. There's a picture up here a while ago about Adam Shoemate's story. Greg Shoemate, Greg Shoemate is an attorney. His wife is a judge, and her son played for me. We're down in Vero Beach. After Shoemate's our 4th, 5th pitcher, he starts the game. He makes 2 errors in 1 play that costs us the ball game. Little bases loaded, 2 hopper back to him. He bobbles it. Look at Eric Menzel. He bobbles it, kicks around, spins around, and throws it down the line as far as he can throw it. And all 3 runs scored, and we lose the game naturally. A crooked number went up on the board. A crooked number means you lose the game. So we lose the game. After the game, we're all where we going to dinner tonight. We're walking back to our villas, and Greg Shoemate, who's on my picture, me and him hugging each other, he starts ripping his son up. Why did you do that? What? I said, don't you ever, I screamed at him. Am I right, Michelle? I said, don't you ever yell at him like that again. That's my job. I said, that's my job. He says, Coach, I'm sorry. The next night I had a 12-pack of beer in mine. Me and Bush is rude. Presidente, that's good beer. So we had, I said, oh, where'd that come from? Right. But that's that's how we run our team. The parents were a big part of our program. We were raising $60,000 a year when I left here. Imagine that number. And the parents were a big part of that. Without the parents, we couldn't have had this. We were getting $8,000 to $10,000 a year from Miami. It was nothing that they even paid numbers. So we had to raise all our money, besides what they gave us, to do what we wanted to do. And we did a lot. I guess I broke the bank a few times, but I had fun. I helped raise Chris too. He came here and I was already groomed. So I had to groom him also. So he just get out of his way, get out of his way. You know. So I guess Dalton Miller back there sitting with his hat on backwards. He gonna do that years ago. I would have smacked that right off him. Yeah, I would have. You know, Dalton's one of them players. He was one that rides stadiums, full ride scholarship. He blows his knee out senior year in high school. So they pull his scholarship, he comes here. 4,000 against 40, whatever the number was, I guess that's a good move. So he comes here, and the whole fall, he can't turn. He can run straight, but we didn't know what he could do. So he's our 5th outfielder going in the spring. Our 5th outfielder. We go down to Tennessee to play February 17th. Tyler pulls an ankle or wrist or your arm or something. I don't know, what was wrong with you? Rolled his ankle, some bull crap. And the other outfielder, it got sick. So you got 30 kids. There's always somebody sick, right? Always somebody sick. So you got to manage your sicknesses. So Tyler rolls his ankle. The other outfielder got sick or whatever. So I had to put Dalton in. Jesus. I said, I don't want to put him in, but I just had to write his name in there, Miller. We're playing on an old minor league stadium, right? It's 350 down the line, legit. 420 in center, so that it's arced out pretty good. So I put Dalton in. Goofball hits 2 home runs. I said, what the hell is going on? Now we got to play this guy. I didn't want to play him. He's got to earn his way to the team. He just got here, basically. We didn't see nothing in the fall about it because he couldn't do nothing. And all of a sudden now he's Tyler, I'll be ready to go tomorrow. I'll be ready to go tomorrow. I can hear Tyler steaming. He's steaming. That's my boy, Tyler. I love Tyler too. Tyler's been a big part of us. And the Joes and Dalton Miller and all my coaches. I brought Josh here from Hawaii. He's in Hawaii, and I called him up and said, you want to be assistant GM of the Joes? And he said, I'll be right there tomorrow. Get on the plane and come on home. I mean, we have some hellacious stories. I can't tell you all of them. Not good. I'll tell you a little parent meeting. How we pick the coaches, I want you to hear me what I do. My coaches are the recruiting coordinators. They recruit these guys around the year. We bring in 40 kids for a visit at Miami. I'm the closer. The parents come in, they must bring a parent, because I go over all the rules with them. I want them to hear what I'm about. So if you don't want your kid to come here, you don't have the rules, and you shouldn't come here, right? It's not for everybody. So every time we had a meeting with a kid and his parents, and they had to bring mom and dad, or if they were available, and they had to bring at least one parent, no matter what they were, parent, dad, mom or dad, I didn't care. So at the end of the conversation, I would ask them, I had 2 questions to ask you. And I said, Mom, Dad, don't answer them for them, please. It was always on the top of their kid. I said, just let them answer this question. Have you ever bailed hay? Oh yeah, Coach, I bailed hay. Well, you're on the team. I know if he bailed hay, he's going to be a good worker, right? He's going to work hard. I said, the other question I have, what's the 2 biggest things right now in your lifetime that you have to decide? What's the 2 biggest decisions you have to make right now if there was nothing else to think about? I said, parents, don't say nothing. The mom's one. Yeah, I know what it is. I know. The kids are saying, where do I go to work at? I said, nah, it has nothing to do with it. You're going to change your job 20 times, probably. wherever you work at, you're gonna work somewhere, you get paid, hopefully, it makes you good money, like our guys did in life. They stuttered around a little bit, where to go to college? I said, there you go, that's one of them, that's one of the two, not the most important. But you wanna go to college, where you feel like you're part of the, you're in the mix, in the team, you're part of the team, that will sit there for 2 years, waiting to play, and never get a chance to play. So here you are, that's one decision. What is the biggest decision? Stu? It's who you marry. That's what, and I've had the moms on my side all the time. They said, yeah. And the dads go, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So that was that's how I spoke, how I treated my kids, how the kids and the families treated me. And every time, I only had one problem with a kid. He had 401, and my parents could not stand this, their parents. And the kid was out of control. And we finally asked him to leave after the 1 year. So we cannot take, the parents don't like you, your parents are just outcasts. They're over here, he's bitching about he's batting third, he should be batting fourth. He's batting fourth, he should be batting third. I said, you're someplace every day, why do you complain about it? Them kids, their parents are rooting our kids on, every player, doesn't matter who they are, they're rooting them on. You're sitting there complaining the whole time. We don't need that. And they left. Good. See you later. Yeah. Go to NC State. I don't care where you go. Just go. You never did play NC State either. You never made it. That's all I got. Thank you.
I feel like you should have had to pay a copay there at the end. I think that was a little bit of a therapy session. You've been waiting to get that off his chest for a while, hasn't he? Let's hear it for all of our 2025 inductees in this year's Miami Hamilton Hall of Fame. Again, we want to congratulate all of you. We want to invite you back here to future ceremonies. Just as a reminder, this is an every 2 years event, so we'll be back in 2027 for the next class of inductees. Don't forget to take the pint glasses home. Those are yours to keep. If people didn't show up, you can take theirs too. Take as many home as you want. And we still have cupcakes left, so go get more of those. And pie. Whatever you want, it's all yours. You can take the tables and chairs home if you want.